Hey guys, while I'm recording for you today, I am actually currently in Ireland, but I'm putting the last Iceland video together for you guys, and with the amount of stuff I did, I wasn't able to make a completely cohesive story with everything that I had left. I had all best intentions to do so, but I also was in the mindset that all of my videos were gonna just create one video for Iceland, not three. But here we are. So jumping right into it, I got started on a food tour. So I am actually just headed out to the Harpa concert hall here in Reykjavik, and that will be where I start today's venture, which is a food tour. All I know is one of the best ways to experience the culture of another nation is through food. So we did come to Fjallkonan and we tried shredded lamb with salsa on a pita, and we also had some smoked salmon with roe on a pancake. And at the Mesen Seafood Hall, we tried what's called plokkfiska. It's essentially like a pulled fish dish with tomatoes, potatoes, and it is absolutely delicious and creamy and savory in all the amazing ways. It's something that you could expect if you were to visit your grandmother, and a very traditional dish if you are Icelandic. And of course, no Icelandic food tour would be complete without trying some of the traditional Icelandic hákarl. Hákarl is fermented shark. Greenland sharks live up to 300 years and they do not urinate the usual way. Instead, they excrete it through their skin through their lifetime. This makes their meat very poisonous, and Icelandic people had somehow come to discover that you can ferment it after urinating on it yourself for 6 weeks, and then the meat will be digestible. No, it smells way worse than it tastes.
I'm not letting it touch. Well done. Skål. Skål. Oh, Jesus. There it is. There's the taste. Shot was worse than the shot. It's great.
Yeah, the shot was worse than the shot. We also got to try some amazing lamb stew, as well as a unique rye bread ice cream served by the Loki Cafe in Reykjavik. Exploring Reykjavik is a stunning city, and there is such a crazy contrast between like the colorful, vibrant, punchy side of the city, as well as its colder, more brutalist designs, as I had alluded to in a prior video. The most exciting aspect for me, though, is the history of the peoples there, and I quickly found that at the settlement exhibit. So behind me there is the settlement exhibition here in Reykjavik, and honestly, it was really cool. Possibly one of the coolest museums I've been to. If you have any interest in history, especially like archaeological digs and finds, you would be pretty mind blown with this exhibition, because you actually get to walk around the real archaeological dig site. So you kind of go underground to where the settlement layer, as they indicate it to be, is, and walk around the first or the earliest dated longhouse discovered here in Reykjavik. And yeah, I was pretty impressed. Yes, there are little artifacts and stuff on the outside of where you walk, so you get to learn about what they're used for, what the purpose of these tools and ornaments and such is. But you also get to see the size and the scope of this first house, and there even are parts and evidence of earlier times before that. The next day I went on another day tour, and the filming started off strong, as you will see here. So I am out on a Golden Circle tour today. We went through Þingvellir National Park, but it was quite foggy, so I didn't get a whole lot, but we did get to see the Jökulsárlón Foss, which is a waterfall with a drowning pool where they used to drown women who they suspected to be witches. But at this moment we are at Strokkur Geysir. The land here is pretty crazy. You can see the steam come up, and the water is 80 to 100 degrees Celsius, they say. So definitely do not want to fall in. This one goes off every 7 minutes. And somewhere along the way I lost track as we then got to Gullfoss. And then somewhere along the way lost track of focus and then passed through Grindavik on our way to the Blue Lagoon. The Blue Lagoon was a stunning experience and had only opened up for I think 2 days at that point after the most recent volcanic activity, and the weather was quite wild, making for a really dramatic experience. So I've got here a silica face mask. Say to leave it on for 10 minutes. Time to see the lagoon now that I look crazy. This place is unreal. The next day I set out on another expedition, and this time we headed past a lot of the sites I had seen before down the southern coast, and we passed some beautiful UNESCO protected turf homes, and then on our way to the Jökulsárlón glacier lagoon, where you get to see glaciers breaking off and pouring into rich teal turquoise waters. Absolutely stunning sight. So we are out on a tour today of the Glacier Lagoon and Diamond Beach, and I do not know how to describe to you the beauty of what is going on here and the scale. The scale is like absolutely mind-blowing. You can see like the glacier out in the distance, and if I said to you it's like the span of 5 mountains, I don't think you'd really understand it. It's absolutely crazy. Honestly, Iceland has been pretty wild, and like to be able to see just a completely different landscape, it almost feels like Mars or something. And it's such a different scope from like here at these like literal broken glaciers and like the jutting lava rocks in some places. There are truly no words to describe the difference between it all. So I've been told that there's seals here, and if I am correct, I think I just saw one. So I am trying to edge my way closer, but also trying not to die on the sheet ice, as once again in Iceland, we are penguin walking on the ice without crampons. Surprise, surprise. So it's a bit difficult to see in the camera, but just under this boulder is a bunch of seals laying around. Just across the street, we also got to see the Breiðamerkursandur beach, which is another black sand beach popularly known in English as Diamond Beach. And we have just crossed the street from the glacier lagoon, Jökulsárlón, and we can see now that we are at Diamond Beach. It's another black sand beach, but it is popularly known for small bits of iceberg being pushed back up onto the shore. And these black sand beaches in Iceland are notorious for sneaker waves. Some of the friends I have made on the tour already have experienced this at Reynisfjara, as they got kind of soaked up to their knees, not expecting how far the waves will go. And to be honest, it sounds like they're pretty lucky they didn't get just ripped out to sea. This day tour did also have us revisiting Skogafoss as well as Seljalandsfoss, although this time we did not make it to the last one until nightfall, and it was really cold and wet that night, making for a terrible experience. But it was nice seeing them when a lot more of the snow had melted. Ultimately, this concludes my trip in Iceland. After this, I was back on the plane to my next destination, which you guys will see more of maybe next week, maybe 2 weeks from now. But thank you so much for following along, and until next time,